One local man saw Andrea's story and was inspired to share his own. TigerCoffman wrote to us as a patient here at MD Anderson Cancer Center. They know him pretty well here. Tiger has been battling hundreds of tumors for over 20 years.
When I was a kid, I had a dream of being a pitcher for a professional baseball team.
But a higher power had other plans for TigerCoffman, a kid who had high hopes of being the next Nolan Ryan. A fastball to the nose at the age of 13 changed his outlook.
It was obvious my nose was broken, and they thought also that my eye bones were broken as well because there was so much swelling in my face.
X-rays revealed several tumors in Tiger's neck. They were the first of thousands more that would be discovered throughout his life.
They discovered that it was a disease called neurofibromatosis, which simply means tumors of the nerves. It's something that I was born with, but did not know that I had until breaking my nose and finding the tumors in my neck.
From rounding the bases to rounds of surgery, 2 years after the broken nose, doctors discovered a 6.5-inch tumor behind Tiger's jaw.
When I came out of surgery, that was when my doctor told me that I was very lucky. He said that if I hadn't broken my nose when I was 13, I wouldn't have found these tumors until it was too late, and by the time I was 18, I would have been dead.
At this time, a new game plan was hatched. Tiger's friend invited him to church. Standing on the pitcher's mound turned to standing atop the pulpit.
In my senior year of high school is when I realized that God wanted me to do ministry, wanted me to work with teenagers for the rest of my life. So that was when I quit playing baseball, and pitching for the Astros was no longer my goal. You know, I'm thankful that God used one ball and one pitch and changed my life forever.
Last year, Tiger recorded a video message on the baseball diamond where that fateful event occurred. He is now 38 years old.
Tiger is someone who I know I look up to as well as other people because his story is quite inspirational. It also is quite life-changing.
When he's not speaking to congregations across the country, he hosts a youth group. Wednesday nights at Faith Bridge Church in Spring, Texas. Ask him how on earth he could withstand so much bad news, a grim medical prognosis and long hospital stays. His answer is simple.
So I'll talk to people in grocery stores, Walmart. I'll talk to a tree. It doesn't matter. Just to share with them that just because something bad happens, instead of saying, God, why are you doing this to me? Say, okay, God, what are you trying to show me through this? What do you want to teach me through this?
And joining us this morning is TigerCoffman. Good morning to you. When you had first contacted us, you were undergoing treatment at that very time, weren't you? Tell us about that.
I'd been in MD Anderson. I'd been there for about 5.5 weeks. I had some tumors taken off my spinal cord on C3, 4, and 5. And so as I laid there and watched Andrea's story, I remember I had friended Natalie on Facebook when she first came to Houston, and I just had the urge to send her a message and share a little bit of my story, and then she contacted me back, and here we are today getting to share.
Well, it was just like it was meant to be for you to be able to share this, because I think you lend so much hope to other people. Where do you find your positive attitude? Because there are so many people in this situation who could easily say, poor me, but not you.
No, ma'am. I never have a pity party. It's the 3 F's, my faith, my family, my friends, just having a support group behind me with my fantastic friends and family, just encouraging me and praying for me all the time. And even this morning, have hundreds praying for me as I'm here this morning.
And you had to be so excited just this past weekend to celebrate a big birthday.
Yes. Well, it was actually the 18th anniversary of my 21st birthday. That's the way I look at it. So.
I love that attitude.
Yes,
that is a good way to look at it, because as they said, if you hadn't have broken your nose, you might not have this chance to talk to us today.
Yes, ma'am. The doctor said the tumor, when I was 15, they took out, was 6.5 inches long and 2 centimeters from the base of my brain. And had I not broken my nose, it would have reached my brain, and I would have died by the time I was 18.
Well, we are so glad that you are here, and that unfortunately that accident happened,
yes,
so
ma'am.
that doctors were able to find out what was going on with you. Now, I understand that besides having to have your jaw broken so that they could remove a tumor, you were told that you would never walk again.
Yes, ma'am. In 2004, they took 7 tumors off my top 7 vertebrae, And when I woke up, I was in almost like a fetal position. And the doctors told me that I would never walk again. And by the grace of God, the power of prayer, 32 days later, I walked out of the hospital.
My goodness, you're just defeating all the odds.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you've also had some other difficult things that you've dealt with along the way. For instance, you lost your brother when you were younger in life.
My younger brother, Sonny, passed away in 2004, died in his sleep. And he had just turned 31, had just had a baby. His son, Chris, was 6 days old, and his daughter, Brianna, was 2.5. And so that was very difficult for our family as well.
And I'm sure that helps you fight your disease even more because you want to be there for your family.
Yes, ma'am. And I think my family gets strength and encouragement from me, seeing the difficulties and the struggles that I go through, but having the good attitude and just knowing that it's all about, Jesus giving me opportunities.
Well, and you share that faith. I understand you even baptized your parents.
Yes, ma'am.
Recently? How long ago was that?
That was August 8th, 1993. The first person I ever baptized was my mom, and then my dad right after that. So I'm very, very excited.
That?
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was an amazing experience.
And do you think at the end of the day, if someone says, how do you get through this, you would say it's your faith in God that gets you through the day?
Absolutely. It's my believing in Jesus, having that personal relationship with Him, and knowing that He has a plan for me, and knowing that He's in charge. So, why do I worry? There's a Bible verse that says, how can, worry and will not add any days to your life. It does no good to worry, that knowing that God's in control.
Well, Tiger, you're certainly a very, very special young man.
Well,
happy belated birthday to you and anniversary of your
Yes,
survival.
Yes,
and you keep up the good work in that faith, and thanks for sharing it with all of our viewers today.
Thank you. And my website, TigerCoffman.com. Anybody wants to contact me, to talk to me personally, let me know through there, and I'll be happy to talk to anybody.
Well, I have a feeling you would give them an uplifting message.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
Merry
much.
Merry Christmas season to you.
Absolutely.
Mike, what a man.
Really speechless. I don't know. It's incredible. I don't know what to say.